Hey guys, I'm Jessie, and today I'm doing the Moody book tag. This is a tag originally created by Slanted Spines. I will leave the information down below. Go check out her channel. This tag is so much fun. And as a mood reader, I just felt called to do this and just gonna talk about my moods and my mood reader self and why I'm a mood reader. So let's get into it. The first question is, do you consider yourself a mood reader? Absolutely. I am the moodiest of mood readers. I can start reading a book, not be feeling it, jump to another one, and then jump back to the one I was reading when I'm back in a better headspace. Like, I am such a mood reader. I like to just look at my shelves and be like, what am I feeling today? What should I pick up today? What speaks to me? Like, I am such a mood reader. And honestly, I'm okay with that. The next question is, do you set TBRs and do you stick to them? Yes, I do set TBRs. But lately we've been calling them piles of possibility. And do I stick to them? Sometimes. Sometimes if I have like a buddy read commitment, I will stick to that. So like buddy reads, things like that, I definitely stick to. But other than that, like I said, I like to have a pile of possibility. And I pick out a bunch of books that I'm kind of feeling at the moment at the beginning or end of the month. And I'm like, this is the stack I'm trying to choose from this month, right? Like, I know I'm not going to read them all. They're not all like a hard TBR, but they're my pile of possibility. These are the books I want to choose from. So that's kind of how I've moved my TBR from my pile of possibility, because that just works better for me as a mood reader. The next question is, do books affect you emotionally? And does the mood of a book rub off on you? So books do definitely affect me emotionally. I am a very emotional person. I mean, I don't know if I believe in the whole empath thing, but like, I've been told by friends that I'm definitely an empath. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel other people's emotions very strongly, even if they're not my own. And that's just something I've done my entire life. So yes, like movies, books, things like that definitely affect me. And they can definitely rub off on me and affect my current mood. Like, if I read something really sad, I am likely to be sad at least for a little part of that day and just kind of think about it and think about the ramifications. If I read something funny, I'm likely to be in a laughing mood. Like, it does. Like, not to like a terrible extent, but it definitely rubs off on me. And I'm definitely a very emotional reader. The next question is, when you're feeling sad, what, if anything, do you read? Ooh, I don't know. It depends, I guess, on how sad I'm feeling. If I'm super upset, I'm probably not gonna read. Right? I'm probably just gonna like take a bath and try to calm myself and not put myself in the headspace of reading something. But if I'm just like upset or whatever, I'll usually just gravitate to something funny, something lighthearted, a fantasy romance, a really like light YA fantasy, something along those lines that's not gonna sit too heavy on my emotions, but is still going to give me enjoyment in reading. Okay, the next one is, most often, do you use reading to escape, to learn, or to critically reflect? I guess a little bit of all three. I mean, mostly it's just to escape, to have a form of entertainment, because that is just what I enjoy. I also enjoy reading and playing, or watching movies, reading, playing video games, things like that. That is what I see as my form of entertainment. I get joy from it. There are definitely times where I read to learn, though. I have a master's degree, and I had to do a lot of reading to learn to get that degree. Like, so I do also read to learn, and I also read for enjoyment. For critical reflection, I don't read a whole lot of nonfiction anymore. But like I said, when I was getting my master's degree, a lot of the books that I read for my thesis paper, which was on the criminal fraud and abuse, or the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act of 1984. If you don't know about it, look it up. It's actually really interesting. A lot of the books that I read pertaining to that, pertaining to hacking, pertaining to the Silk Road, the laws that manage our internet, things along those lines, really did have me critically reflecting on the legalization of certain things, the laws that protect us here online, and what their ramifications are and what they mean for public privacy and things along those lines. So yes, I do read some to critically reflect, just not as much anymore. What is a book that made you cry? Or if you don't have one, what is one that really moved you? Look, I'm a crier. There's a lot of books that made me cry. Most recently, I read Bloody Rose and I bawled. Then I've read like Addie LaRue, Every Time Gonna Make Me Cry. Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune has made me cry on an airplane, mind you. I was reading it in public on an airplane. That was an experience. And then the 5th season makes me cry. The very beginning of the 5th season always makes me cry. And the end. And the middle. Like, that book just had me crying. So, yeah, I cry a lot. Books make me cry. And sad moments, they do make me cry. So, there's a lot of those. Oh, we skipped one. So, these are out of order. What is a book that made you laugh out loud? Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. That book had me cracking up. And also Bloody Rose, the sequel to it, also had me laughing. Like, while they made me cry, they also made me laugh. So they have that really good balance of humor and heartwarming moments and heart-wrenching moments, and I just loved it. But Kings of the Wild probably had me laughing the most. What is a book that you didn't even know how you felt about it? She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. I read that recently, and I liked it, and I didn't like it, and I loved it, and I didn't love it, and it just had me not sure how I felt about this book. There were so many elements that I loved, so many elements that I didn't love, and there was just so much going on that I didn't know how I felt about the book, and I still don't really know how I feel about the book. I actually have a full review for that book if you want to see my weird mixed feelings on it. But that's kind of the first one that came to mind when I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this book. Like, I really, really don't. The next one is, are you more likely to read on a sunny day or a cloudy day? And I don't know. I don't think that really affects my reading at all. I mostly read at night. So honestly, that doesn't affect me at all, because I'm usually doing stuff with the kids or working or whatever during the day. So nighttime is really when I'm reading, but I really like to sit on my back porch with like my reading light at night when it's raining and read out there, because I love the sound of rain hitting the roof. The next one is, do you usually set the mood when reading? Like music, lights, smells. I do normally light a candle. And I mean, I turn my light on so I can see. I usually have like a reading light too, because like I read at night a lot. But as far as sounds go, like I do not play music while I read, with the exception of Kings of the Wild, because there's a playlist that goes with the book and it's fantastic. Highly recommend. But normally I do not listen to music while I read, because it kind of throws me out. Unless it is like Kings of the Wild, like a playlist that goes with the book that is specifically with it, it pulls me out. Even instrumental music will just like pull my brain out, and I can't focus on both at one time. And this is the last question. Can you leap from book to book, or do you need time between the buffer? I can leap from book to book. I can literally close one and open another one, like minutes later. Normally, if it doesn't have me like really emotional at the end. So like Addie LaRue, I needed like a day between picking something else up. But most of the time, yeah, I'll just jump from one to the other if I have time. So I'm like, oh, well, I finished this one. Let me start this one. That usually doesn't bother me at all. I can jump from one to the other. I'm the same way with like movies and stuff like that. So there you have it. All right. Well, this was a lot of fun. I don't know who has done this and who hasn't, so I'm not really going to tag anybody. If you want to do it, because it was so much fun. And I would like to see your mood reading tendencies as well. All right. Well, my name is Jessie, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.